My stepmom said your father would want his real family taken care of, so I read the part of his will about her prenup. Dad had been gone 3 days when she gathered us in the living room. My brother Finn and I sat on one couch. Our stepmom perched on Dad's favorite chair like she owned it, which apparently she thought she did. I know this is difficult, she began, dabbing at dry eyes, but we need to discuss practicalities. She'd worn black to the hospital, but changed into cream by the funeral, too eager to shed the widow costume. She pulled out a folder. Your father's assets need to be distributed properly. The house, the business, his accounts. She paused dramatically. Of course, as his wife, I'll need to ensure his real family is taken care of first. We are his real family, Finn said quietly. He was 19, still processing that Dad was gone. She smiled that tight, practiced smile she'd perfected over her 4-year marriage. I mean the family he chose, his wife. She turned to me. You're both adults now. Your father fulfilled his obligations. It's time you stood on your own. I was 24, working at a nonprofit. Finn was in community college. We weren't rich, but Dad had always promised we'd be taken care of. Dad left a will, I said, and as executor, I'll ensure his wishes are honored. But everything acquired during our marriage is marital property. The house, the rental properties, the accounts, that's mine. That's not how it works, Finn said. Actually, sweetheart, in this state it is. She slid a paper across. This is from my attorney. Your father's pre-marriage assets were minimal. Everything he built with me. She hadn't contributed $1. She'd been a hostess at a steakhouse when they met. Dad had worked 60-hour weeks at his HVAC company, growing it from 2 trucks to 15. I'd like to see Dad's actual will, I said. Her smile tightened. I'm not obligated to share that, but out of respect, I'll tell you he left you both $5,000 each for college expenses, or whatever. Finn stood up. That's bullshit. Dad wouldn't. Your father made his choices. I'm sorry if you don't like them. She gathered her papers. I'll need you both moved out by month's end. I'm putting the house on the market. After she left, I called Dad's best friend, Theodore. She's lying, Theodore said immediately. Your dad showed me that will. He protected you both. The next morning, I drove to Dad's attorney's office. I'd been listed as a beneficiary, which meant I had legal standing to request a copy. 3 days later, I had it. The living room was silent as I read aloud. Dad's will was crystal clear. The business went to Finn and me, 50-50. The house stayed in trust for us. Investment accounts split 3 ways. 1/3 to her, 2/3 to us. And there, in Section 7, was the prenup clause. In the event of my death, my spouse's inheritance is subject to the prenuptial agreement signed March 14th, 2020. Said agreement limits spousal inheritance to $50,000 and excludes all business assets, real property, and investment accounts acquired prior to marriage. I looked up. She'd gone pale. The prenup you said Dad never made you sign, I said quietly. The one you claimed didn't exist. She told everyone Dad trusted her too much for that. She'd played the devoted wife, the heartbroken widow. Dad knew, I said, watching her face. He knew exactly who you were. Theodore helped us file papers. Her attorney tried claiming the prenup was invalid. The judge took one look at Dad's signature, her signature, and the notary seal, then denied her motion. She got her $50,000. We got everything else. She moved out 2 weeks later. Finn transferred to a 4-year university. I went back to school for my master's. Sometimes I wonder if Dad knew she'd show her true self the moment he was gone. I think he did. That's why he protected us. That's why every page was so specific, so carefully worded. His real family was taken care of, just not the one she meant.